Good morning, sir. This is my report. We have three features, so we'll have three candidate splits. Now, we will calculate how much accuracy each split will cost us using a function. The split that costs least in chosen, which is our example in sake of passenger. This algorithm is recursive in nature. As a group form can be subdivided using same strategy. Due to this procedure, this algorithm is also known as a greedy algorithm. As we have as extensive desire of lowering the cost, this make the root node as best predictor and classifier. So sa accuracy, ito yung mga refers to the closeness of measure value to standard or known value. Example, let's say no your height is exactly 5'9". So algorithm is recursive of nature. Ito naman yung you form the group and subdivided the same strategy. And sa greedy algorithm is the approach of solving a problem by selecting the best option. Cost of a split. Let's take a closer look at cost function using the classification regression. In the both cases, the cost function tries to find most homogeneous branches or branches saving groups with similar responses. This makes sense. We can be more sure that a test data input will follow a certain path. So, dito sa cost of split, ito yung mga nag-cost function na mga regression. And then, nag-vote na sila papunta sa most homogeneous branches. So, ito yung mga ginagamit sa mga paggastos o kaya nga cost of split. Regression sum y minus prediction of quantity of 2. Now, the decision tree will start splitting by consideration each feeder in the training data. The mean of responses of training data inputs or particular groups is considered as a prediction for the group. The above function is applied to all data points and costs it's calculate for all candidates. So dito sa regression sum quantity y minus reduction of quantity 2. Ito yung ng value of y is sometimes is referred to as dated, the value is computed as y. Yun ang sabihin ng sa regression sum quantity y is a prediction of quantity of 2. Classification of G equals sum quantity of pk asterisk 1 minus pk quantity. A Gini score gives an idea of how good a split is by how mixed the response classes are in the groups created by the split. Here, pk is a proportion of same class inputs present in a particular group. A perfect class poetry occurs when a group contains and all inputs from the same class, in which case pk is either 1 or 0 and g equals 0, where is a node having as 50/50 split of classes in a group has the worst poetry. So for a binary classification, it will have a pk equals 0.5 and g equals 0.5. Dito sa classification of the Gini, Ace index function is used which will provide an indication of how pure. Example, G equals 2 the power of P1 of the power of P2, or G equals 1 minus quantity of P1 the power of 2 plus P2 the power of 2 equals the quantity. Of G1, ito yung is the proportion of instant in the group 1 of for the class. So, sa G2 naman ay for the group of 2. Yun. Iyon ang sinasama classification of G sum PK, quantity of 1 is a PK. So, when to stop a splitting? So, when the stop splitting is if you continue to grow is a tree fully until each of leaf to no responded to the lowest input tree then to data hub. As a problem, usually has a large set of figures is a result in large number of split which the term gives a Hodge tree. Just as trees are complex can be a lead to overfitting. So, we need to know when to stop. One way of doing this is to set a minimum number of training inputs to use on each leaf. For example, we can use a minimum of 10 passengers to reach a decision died of survived. And ignore any leaf that takes less than 10 passengers. Another way is to set minimum depth of your model. Maximum depth is referred to the length of the longest path from the root of leaf. Pruning. The performance of the tree can be further increased by pruning. It involves removing the branches that make use of features having low importance. This way, we reduce the complexity of tree and thus increasing its predictive power by reducing overfitting. It also called reduce or error pruning. More sophisticated pruning methods can be used just as a cost complexity pruning, where a learning parameter alpha is used to weed whether nodes can be removed based on the size of subtree. This is also known as weakest link pruning. So sa pruning, ito yung sa data compression ng technique and search algorithm that reduce the size of decision tree. Yun. At ito ay nag-removing ng mga having branches of having long importance. Advantage of card. Simple to understand, interpret, visualize. Decision trees implicitly perform variable screening of feeder selection. Can handle both numerical and categorical data. Can also handle multi-output problems. Decision trees are required relatively little effort from user for data preparation. Non-linear relationship between parameters do not affect trees performance. So, sa advantage of cart, ito yung mga simple understand at nag-e-imprint sa mga visualize. At nag-handle ito sa mga numerical categorical data. Disadvantage of cart. Decision tree learnings can create over-complex trees that do not generalize the data well. This is called overfitting, and decision trees can be unstable because small variation in data might result in a completely different tree being generated. This is a called variance which needs to be lowered by methods like and boosting. Greedy algorithms cannot guarantee to return to globally optimal decision tree. This can be mitigated by training multiple trees, where the feature as simple as a RAM list molded with a replacement. Decision tree learners create a biased trees if some classes dominate. It is therefore recommended to balance the data set prior to fitting with the decision tree. So, sa variance ito yung mga needs to lowered methods. Then, sa boosting is the sensitive of outliners. So, sa biased trees, ito yung bias implies an discord and unfair distinction of judgment in favor of against the person obtained. Yun ang sa disadvantage of card. That's all. Thank you.